Hello everyone, Nika here with your Daily Neuro Nugget. I hope you had an amazing weekend. I know I did. It was full of resting and sunshine and amazing food. Now we are ready to get back on the grind because we have a lot of important information to cover. We're going to be covering potential prosecutorial misconduct, and we're going to be talking about this expert, Mr. Ray. Does he know what he's even talking about? Of course, before I get started, I will show you my tea of the day. Have I shown you this mug before, by the way? I don't think so. It's a fancy, plain, boring red mug. And I have this tea, leaves of bamboo. It is very plain tasting, very earthy. It's good, but it is extremely high in silica. I believe this is the plant highest in silica ever, and silica is great for strengthening nails. It's great for shiny hair, long hair that is strong and shiny without product, and it's also great for strengthening and tightening some of the skin. So if you have had this tea before, let me know down in the comments. Now let's talk about what is going on, because we know Ann Taylor has been asking for the CASHAPP report and for XYZ and a number of things, because maybe that can corroborate Mr. Kohberger was not at the crime scene. And we have Mr. Ray, who is the cell phone tower expert who has testified for hundreds of cases for the state, but this will be the first time Mr. Ray testifies for a defendant. So it will be interesting. Keep that in mind as we go through this case, because he has never done this before. He's only done it for the state. So could there be a reason why he is choosing to maybe stand up for Mr. Kohberger? So Mr. Ray is going to be testifying that Mr. Kohberger's phone was outside of Moscow the night of the crime. Did you hear that? The phone was not in Moscow the night of the crime, meaning that those cell phone pings that Brett Payne put in the PCA, well, we are going to need to know how they got to that. Now, let's go through Ray's resume. Mr. Ray, he served 20 years in law enforcement. That's a long time. Then he also spent time as a SWAT operator, a homicide sergeant, and directing fugitive missions. He was also an advisor for undercover teams. And he's a subject matter expert in geolocation mapping. So it sounds like he has a lot of experience. It sounds like he is overly qualified. I know one thing for sure. He definitely sounds like he knows a lot more than Brett Payne. So why are we still talking about Brett Payne's PCA and the pings when we now have a subject matter expert with over 20 years experience saying that he can prove that Bryan Kohberger was not there the night of the IDAHO4? Now, the masses have, of course, completely shifted their theories now. They're saying, okay, Nika, but it doesn't matter, because even if Mr. Ray comes and testifies, well, maybe Kohberger just didn't take his phone, because a smart person wouldn't take their phone if they're going to unalive 4 people. But you have to remember, these same people saying that it doesn't matter because he probably did not take his phone are the same people that were convinced Bryan Kohberger was guilty because his phone had pinged in the area. Do you guys remember that? These are the same people. And they also said that the pings apparently showed that he was creeping, he was stalking the victims. So now the masses are doing a 180 and they're saying, well, the pings were wrong, obviously, but he was still there, even if he didn't take his phone. Again, you cannot have it both ways. Pick one. Are the pings right or are they not? And now, very interesting that we have this new take from an overly qualified expert. So we'll see how that plays out in trial. By the way, we know that the CAST team and the state have been withholding the CAST report for over 15 months. 15 months, that's right. So why is that happening? Could it be because maybe the phone data is flimsy? And could this be grounds for prosecutorial misconduct? Because again, it is illegal to withhold evidence that may prove that Bryan Kohberger is not involved in this crime. You cannot withhold that evidence. So, take notes. Also, what do you think about this? Because when I go back and skim through the PCA, I have concluded, and this is my opinion, that maybe, just maybe, the cops thought that they could coerce a confession, and Bill Thompson thought that he could get a plea. Makes sense, right? But what's happening? The case is falling apart. Truth is coming out. The evidence, I believe, is going to show that Mr. Kohberger was not in any way, shape, or form involved in this crime and had no connection to the victims. So, Bill, where is this exculpatory evidence? Bill, give us the exculpatory evidence. Stop withholding this information. And let's talk about Bethany. Because very early on, the defense team wanted to talk to Bethany because she allegedly had exculpatory evidence. So I think that bring Bethany back to Idaho. I think it is BS that she is going to try to escape out of this one, and that if she knows something, she needs to be there. You need to speak up. I don't care if you are afraid. Again, this is not about fear or control. This is about doing the right thing. And that means what? That if she knows something that could get Mr. Bryan Kohberger out of jail, and that maybe she has some evidence pointing to Kohberger being not guilty, well, Bethany, again, I don't care how young and how scared you are, you need to speak up. It is your duty as a human being. That's the least we could do for this young man who could have been potentially, how shall we put it, framed. Remember, this young man's life is on the line. Not only that, but you have to think into the future, assuming that even if Kohberger is guilty and happens to be exonerated, his life is never going to be the same again. People are saying, yes, but he could sue the state. He may be able to sue Nancy Grace. He may be able to sue all these news channels. He may be able to sue the university. He's going to be well off and happy and financially stable and, right off into the sunset. But ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, that is not a simple task. Once your name has been tarnished by the media, it is going to be extremely difficult, even if he is innocent, to lead a normal life. So we will see where this trial goes. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think about this expert? There are some people spreading misinformation. This misinformation is that Mr. Ray lied about being an engineer. No, he did not. That is false. And they're also saying that some courts in other states have said that Mr. Ray his testimony is not valid. But I think that his resume that we covered shows that he is very qualified. And for people saying that Mr. Ray is doing this to make money on his podcast, I am going to say that he is putting a 30-something year career on the line Meaning what? Meaning he would make more money not risking his career defending Kohberger. But I have a gut feeling that this man, Mr. Ray, who has a history of working in and with law enforcement, is a stand-up guy who is choosing to defend Kohberger, to testify on his behalf, because he sees that there's something very off in this case, just like we all do. So let me know down in the comments, what do you think about Bethany Funk? Should they bring her back to Idaho? What do you think about Mr. Ray? Is he qualified in your opinion? And what do you think about Bill Thompson and allegedly the feds who are withholding this CASHAPP report for 15 months? Do you think that this is grounds for prosecutorial misconduct? Again, it is illegal to withhold exculpatory evidence, so keep that in mind. So, I was so excited I forgot about my tea. You guys have a wonderful day. I hope to see you soon. As I said from the get-go, this case would fall apart. It's not going to work out for Billy, I don't think, and it's definitely not going to work out for the state of Idaho. I think there's going to be a lot of money they're going to have to pay up. So, we'll keep in touch. You guys take care. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, leave me a heart, leave me something. Oh, and I wanted to thank all of you who have left me cash apps and have left little donations here and there, because I've got myself a cup of coffee today. So thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good night.